Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thuggin' like I usually do, and you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Blah.
Yo, check this out. This is your girl, Cola Vogue, and I'm chilling with my boys right here on Off the Cuff Radio. Cause we off the cuff right now. You dig?
Bet. What's up? It's your boy Lil Yap from UNLV, bragging up from the river, cooling with my homies and my family at Off the Cuff Radio. Y'all be sure to tune in on Fridays and get the latest scoop and find out what's happening. You heard me?
Tiffany Levine.
And it's Queen Queasy, your girl's favorite bartender.
And we're from
Sex on the Rocks podcast.
Alright, you're now tuning in to Off the Cuff Radio.
Yeah, because they keep representing that world hip hop. Yo, much love.
Alright. Y'all, this is Princess Daisy giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio. Keep doing your thing, puppy.
Hey y'all, this is Stacia Lachey giving a shout out to King Eric and Off the Cuff Radio.
What's shaking, y'all? This is the Grand, one half of Lost Cause and 1/3 of that drive time thing. Sending my love to the homies over at Off the Cuff Radio. Tune in every Friday night for some real deal hip hop conversation. These dudes are the connoisseurs of this thing. You already know what it is. BX Stand Up, Hud City, we're shaking. Peace.
Yo, this is Dope Fresh to Dine, and y'all tuned into the most raw, uncut show on radio, the Guillotine Team, Off the Cuff, and yo, Eric, Sandman, off to these clowns' heads.
I'm the definition of the trap, though. Ain't no nigga gonna be able to say this street shit like me, this trap shit like me, man. It's that bag rich shit, nigga. You got to feel where I'm coming from. Stood on that block, it was treacherous. Find me a plug, it was heaven sent. Young nigga got the recipe. Can't let these streets get the best of me. Yeah, what you need, nigga? Can't let these streets get the best of me. Swear, I swear I got you. Can't let these streets get the best of me. All of my life I've been jugging. All of my life I've been hustling. Rose up about that mud puddle. Now I'm consistently thumbing. Yeah. Can't let these streets get the best of me. Yeah. Can't let these streets get the best of me. I just really want some legal money. If I don't, then I'ma die trapping. Started off with a little nothing. Had to learn all my mathematics. I don't really fuck with fuck niggas. Cut them pussy nigga ass backwards. In the field with my niggas. Screaming bag rich till they close the cash. Same clothes, same outfit, but a nigga still got a bankroll. I ain't even had the chain closed, but your hoe still gon' deep throw. Play pussy, she gon' get exposed. This nigga pussy gon' wipe his nose. Finger on the trigger while I sell her O. Half a stick, book me for a show. I ain't really with that rap shit, so you can miss me with that cap shit. If you talking about some stick talk, you're looking for me, pull up in the trench. My young nigga still hitting licks. My old head still scamming shit. Same, I was trying to front a brick, but I ain't really with that working shit. I really rose up out that mud puddle, boy. From dimes to bags, nigga. I'm living proof, nigga. This trap to the rock shit. You know what I'm talking about? Motivation to the trap. Trap. Got to feel me. Trap. Stood on that block, it was treacherous. Find me a plug, it was heaven sent. Young nigga got the recipe. Can't let these streets get the best of me. Yeah. What you need, nigga? Can't let these streets get the best of me. Swear, I got you. Can't let these streets get the best of me. All of my life I've been jugging. All of my life I've been hustling. Rose up about that mud puddle. Now I'm consistently thumbing. Yeah. Can't let these streets get the best of me. Yeah. Can't let these streets get the best of me. Dear Yola, that bad red shit, man. Long live my brother, man. It's a letter to you, my dog. I ride for my nigga, I kill for my nigga, drug deal with my nigga, Shooting drill with my nigga. Met a plug with my nigga. Show love to my nigga. And I feel like my fault that you died, so it's no love for no nigga. Yeah. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely. Let me take you back to 08 when I first hopped off the porch, nigga. The block was hot like some lava. Hell yeah, the devil's porch, nigga. See, back then we was 20 deep. Don't park day, we on the back street. Run to them plays like the track meet. Get some real trappers, though we don't speak. Bro used to ask me why you keep the pistol. But all of these trap niggas ain't official. Just in case they ever try to plot, I'ma make them pussy niggas feel them. We came out the trenches to rough in. Just found a plug, but we ain't have it then. Tryna run up the fucking dividend. Tryna stack up them blue Benjamins. They killed my nigga for some pocket change. I swear to God, I miss my partner, man. Got jammed up on the same day that they shot you down. That's a crime shame. And I still don't fuck with no new niggas. Only niggas that really was fucking with you. Look at all of my brothers still fucking with me. Bad rich, we ain't fucking finished.
Long live my dog, man. Live long, my dog. Nigga came out the mud with this shit, dog. Nigga, bag rich, dog. We about to blow. You feel what I'm talking about? RP Yola, man. Walk City, bitch. Yeah.
I ride for my nigga. I kill for my nigga. Drug deal with my nigga. Shooting drill with my nigga. Met a plug with my nigga. Show love to my nigga. And I feel like my fault that you died, so it's no love for no nigga. Yeah. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely. Remember that day that you woke me up, said let's get it, more time to get the buck. Really, I ain't even give a fuck. No license, though I'm still driving, bro. We done trap everywhere in the flow, and I put that shit on my soul, nigga. When times got hard, we slept on the floor, and I ain't know just where to go, nigga. We slept in the car, we slept in the moat, still trapping out them corner stores. All we really want a bigger load, tryna sell a pound and go and hit the yo. You was the first nigga, tell me I'ma blow. You tell me, little bro, just keep it going. They kill a real nigga and you put to know it. I'ma keep writing and keep it going. I'ma keep my foot up on their neck, and I don't even gotta break a sweat. If the rap shit don't work out, then I'm thugging, chillin', pull up in the jet. I miss you, bro, up on some real shit. Ain't too many niggas I can build with. Don't trust too many on some real shit. So I keep a 40 with a full clip. Still in the hood, but we bad rich. Still in the hood, but we bad rich, nigga. Long live Yola, man. Kill my dog over some pussy shit, man. Listen, man. Word, nigga. I ride for my nigga. I kill for my nigga. Drug deal with my nigga. Shooting drill with my nigga. Met a plug with my nigga. Show love to my nigga. And I feel like my fault that you died, so it's no love for no nigga. Yeah. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely. Long live my OG. May your words live through me. I just pray that you guide me and help me count this money wisely.
Everything Taylor. You dig what I'm saying? Pop my shit. Yeah. Jay Steez. Yeah. I just been riding around in my city, jugging, smoking on propane. I got a young bitch and she with it. She gon' eat a dick like lo mein. I just been thinking about all my niggas I done lost in these streets, man. Yeah, shit fucked up in this traffic. I lost it all and got it back trapping. Ain't time no deal, but I'm back rapping. But I'm rapping them bell though. I got a couple niggas switched up on me, but I really won't tell though. Price still going for LO, 24 for an elbow. My young nigga, they my wife, you know. Clientele bunking like a corner store. Ain't dropping no disc, we sliding. About me, I'm really with it. Just turned down 20,000 from a record label. Told them I tried to get it. Still pushing pounds like a gym. Feel like pock up all the butter rim. Put the boot up on your note, Tim. Remember slamming bags of the Reggie. Every pound and that motherfucker had a stem. Shit was crazy back then. All my niggas, they was still my niggas. All my hitters, they was still my hitters. I was robbing, still serving niggas.
I was looking at my Uncle Bill. Found a plug, fuck a record deal. Yola face turned me to the crack. I just been sitting back smoking Cali. I'm trying to ease the pain. Cause my day one switched up on me, left me in the rain. Been fighting some demons, so you know I'm clutching. Big boy 40 and it came from Russia. I don't like talking, I don't do the fucking. Run up on me wrong, I'ma get the button. I just been sitting back smoking Cali. I'm trying to ease the pain. Cause my day one switched up on me, left me in the rain. Been fighting some demons, so you know I'm clutching. Big boy 40 and it came from Russia. I don't like talking, I don't do the fucking. Run up on me wrong, I'ma get the button. I started looking, I ain't looking back. B-face turned me to the money. Show me how to go and serve a junkie. Ask my mama, I was road running. Get them gone, another load coming. Spend it back and on some bags, nigga. Go to Linux, pop some tags, nigga. Still a sell your ass some swag, nigga. But I'm smoking on exotic though. Hit your bitch, I got a pigeon toe. You a little nigga, dog, snotty nose. This rap shit and a finger fold. I'm a young nigga with a lot of power. Get a minute, go on in an hour. Stack that profit up every dollar. Fuck a stone, we known to make it shower. I just been sitting back smoking Cali. I'm trying to ease the pain. Cause my day one switched up on me, left me in the rain. Been fighting some demons, so you know I'm clutching. Big boy 40 and it came from Russia. I don't like talking, I don't do the fucking. Run up on me wrong, I'ma get the button. I just been sitting back smoking Cali. I'm trying to ease the pain. Cause my day one switched up on me, left me in the rain. Been fighting some demons, so you know I'm clutching. Big boy 40 and it came from Russia. I don't like talking, I don't do the fucking. Run up on me wrong, I'ma get the button.
It's your boy King Eric the Great from Off the Cuff Radio, letting y'all know that Cocaine's Finger Roll album is now available at www.buddyboyentertainment.com. Produced entirely by West Coast Stone, Finger Roll features hit singles such as Like Daddy, Like Daughter, Do It Coca, and I'm So Hood, which can also be found on all streaming platforms. Hard copies, MP3s of Finger Roll, alongside with Kings of Funk, Lemonhead, and all content related to Cocaine and Buddy Boy Entertainment are also available at www.buddyboyentertainment.com. Support the movement, y'all.
Yes, indeed. We are now at episode 271 on Off the Cuff Radio. This is your host, King Eric the Great, alongside T-Max with the facts.
What it do? Friday Night Live, Friday Night Lights, OTC. We about to do it right, man. What it do, King?
Yes, sir, man. We about to hit them with a doubleheader tonight. We got, for the first hour, we got our boy Jay Steez representing from South Carolina. And for the second hour, we got OG Bezel representing from the NO. So we about to do it really good tonight, brother.
So we got the 843 and the 540, man. 504.
Yes, indeed, boy. We connected, worldwide connected, man. And we about to bring on Jay Steez shortly. But before we go ahead and do that, be sure to follow us on the YouTube channel at www.offthecuff Radio. You know we over there. Subscribe and hit that like button. Buddy Boy Entertainment, if you want to cop some of Cocaine's music and Finger Roll album, that'd be at www.buddyboyentertainment.com. So we out there, brother.
Definitely. Call numbers 1-619-924-0703 to call in. You know, if you just want to listen in or hit 1 on that dial to chime in. So, of course, sponsored by Buddy Boy Entertainment, Da Vinci Clothing. Shout out to our host and spirit, all the Sandman, and Lady Chinchilla, who's so illa and trilla. So I guess, King, we're gonna go ahead and get on to it with the poet from the Palmetto State, man. I guess we're gonna bring him on in.
Yes, indeed, man. My man from South Carolina. Now, how I found this dude music out was from Say CheeseTV. Say CheeseTV is one of the best platforms out there right now because he always showing the little guy, the underground, the up-and-coming acts. He's usually showcasing them in a different light. So when I started checking out Jay Steez, I'm like, man, this guy can go, man. I mean, we see how trap music has elevated on different levels, and he, in a way, he also has a way of balancing that with the real trill talk and mixing the chicken talk and making it sound pretty fly. So, without further ado, let's bring on Jay Steez on right now. You on, brother?
What's up with you, boss man? What's up with y'all?
What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Not much. Maintaining, bro.
Definitely. Look, man, we want to thank you so much, for taking your time out of your schedule, to sit down and chop up with us for a spell, man. We truly appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, you from the South Carolina, 843, man, the Palmetto State. So I mean, y'all got a lot, you got a lot going on down there. So, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, your inspirations, how you started, where you at now, where you going with it.
I'm Jay Steez, if y'all ain't know. I'm right from Florence, East Florence to be exact, 843. Shit, I started rapping just off of just playing, to be honest, and my homeboys really kind of pushed me towards it, and I kind of got serious. And now, we almost there, baby. You know what I'm saying? I got everything was kind of rolling in place. I got a show tonight. We doing better than what we were.
Definitely. Now, you said you pretty much starting out with your rhyming, that you pretty much were kind of just messing around with it. Who were some of your inspirations in terms of who inspired you to, and, how did you, just develop your pen game along the way to where you knew, as opposed to recreation, you could start doing this for real?
My brother, who's locked up right now at the time, he's been rapping forever. So I've been really just off of him, and a lot of people who just been with the trap rapping, the trap music little era, like Jeezy, Gucci. I was messing with a lot of different artists, Young Scooter, just everybody who was talking about where I was from or what I was doing at the time or anything that related to the streets that I was going through, I gravitate to it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Now, a lot of people will say that with trap. Yeah, go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Yeah, we call the trap music gutter talk because it's cats speaking from the gutter, and it brings the listener into a different place on how people was getting it.
Thanks.
Definitely. Now, in terms of the trap, King was saying, if he expressed so much on your introduction, it's mixing the chicken talk with real life, circumstances in the community of which, you immediately come from and whatnot. And some people would try to dismiss the genre of trap as just being, inconsequential and unintelligible. But the reality is, listening to your music, you really got something to say about what's going on out there. What's life growing up? What was life like growing up for you, in your hood out in SC?
It's basically the same and anywhere else who got a little bit of poverty. If you in the hood, any type of neighborhood that you really ain't got too much. Like I always knew my parents or whatever, so I was back and forth from my grandma to my mama. You know what I'm saying? So my mama would stay on the South Florence. Will stay on South Florence, and I'm from East Florence, so East Florence couldn't go to South Florence like this. You know what I'm saying? Just for street purposes. So, I was just going from back and forth, from my grandma's house to my mama's house. My mama got 3 children. You know what I'm saying? It was just really just her until my stepdaddy came along. So, she been trying to balance it out. My grandma always been in one spot, so she the one who really kind of held the whole family together.
Definitely. Now, there's so many places, down in South Carolina. You got Beaufort, Florence, Greenville. It's definitely, Columbia. It's definitely wide ranging out there. What's the hip hop scene across the board in the state like? In conjunction with your area you came up in.
I feel like the 843 slept on. We very slept on. Columbia and North Carolina and all of them, I think they got their buzz. They got somebody a couple of people actually who you can pull up and were they from 803 or they from 704 or they from, you know what I'm saying? You don't really too many 843 artists that you can pull up and actually hear about them. You can actually go in the streets and they word of mouth yeah, he really living like that. He really doing this. He really doing that. It's very slim to none. We just really start having our own ways and we still slept on. I think somebody need to come and put a little bit of light down here. But it's a lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, but a couple of artists that I feel like can make it just besides myself.
And I'm hearing too that South Carolina's a very diverse music scene as well.
Yeah, like for real. But it's like South Carolina. It's not like Atlanta. Like South Carolina, like 803 and 803 and 864. Like they so separate, and people like you got to be down here to know that. Like 803 right now, they got their own way. They've been having their own way for the past 2 or 3 years now. Ain't too many people from 843, if any, you know what I'm saying, to be exact, that blew up or actually came back and put their people on or did this, and the third. Like the PD area as a whole, like we slept them. They know we there, but they just, I don't know what they really waiting for to wake us up, but we coming though.
Now, in terms of some of the history, you all have musically, South Carolina is noted for being the birthplace of what they call beach music, which is, kind of like a hybrid of early R&B and rock and roll, and of course, you got people, the musical pedigree of your state is unbelievable with a who's who, people that were from there or were raised there. Some of these names you're definitely going to know, James Brown, Dizzy Gillespie, Chubby Checker, Eartha Kitt, Peebo Bryson, Arthur Smith, Cat Anderson, Tom DeLady, Johnny Helms, Terry Rosen, Jabo Smith, and some band, that it like, last time I checked a while back, I got to make sure I got my facts right, but I think they're in the top 10 all time with their album sales, used to be a local band playing in, University of South Carolina, I think you heard of him. A guy named Darius Rucker was the lead singer. Hootie and the Blowfish.
Now you are right about that. Huh? You right about that.
Yeah. So so the musical, it's always funny, man, because when you have places, you have a lot of times, that one act that really can define a region in terms of the celebrity that they, that they bring to it. Of course, King being, from North Carolina, he's got J. Cole, Lil Brother, among others that are from there. Myself in Virginia, we have the Neptunes, we got Timbaland, we got Missy, we got Knots, we got Bink, and of course in your area, all the aforementioned artists I have. But a lot of times in terms of it, depending on the genre, it still makes it kind of tricky for other artists to make that come up. When you got on Say CheeseTV, and I got to co-sign what Eric was, King was saying about it because, Say CheeseTV really, really bigs up a lot of the independent brands, like we do on this show. What was it like to get your video up there? And not only that, but seeing that you were really, really getting a good reception from it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Say Cheese gave me the run around for like 2 months. They turned down they turned down like 5 videos of mine. Like that, the video that's up there, I shot that 6 months ago. I wanted a video most recent. But because of the props and stuff that I had into it, they turned me down like 5 times. So that's the only video that was really clean. So it was still on my mixtape anyway. So I just put it up there. You know what I'm saying? I ran with it. But for the most part, after Say Cheese though, it boosted up my mixtape. Everybody started going back from that song all the way on to up to now, and they really start seeing where I was coming from. And everything good now.
Hey, and like you said, man, it happens like that where you have situations where, and we talk about it on this show all the time, about how, it doesn't always happen overnight. There are trials and tribulations, stumbles and falls, ins and outs. It's not always easy to get your product out right away. Now, when you talk about your first 5 videos were rejected by Say Cheese, what was the criteria, and could you tell our audience in terms of video submissions from what you've learned in the game about how it works in terms of how, whether, Say Cheese, allhiphop.com, This Is 50, whomever, in terms of how they screen, vet, and ultimately post videos?
Well, I don't know about other blog sites, but I think I'm not gonna lie. I think Say Cheese probably like the only one that probably gave me like a hard time. Everybody else, they'll just go. They'll ask me, we'll come up with something, and they'll do it. But Say Cheese was like real strict on just having a plain video. You can't have no prop guns, or you can't have too much of this, or you can't have too much of that in the video. You need like just a plain video just to promote yourself and your brand, and hopefully you have enough videos stacked up that after, when they do come and look you up, you will have something to fall back on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's something really what you said. As you're saying this, I'm thinking about all of this, because when you said they didn't want a lot of props, and please correct me if I'm wrong on anything I say with this, I think they were looking at it from a perspective of, I think, and this is just in general, I think they don't want their artists to have a lot of, a lot of pomp and circumstance, flash, glamour, and glitz. I think they just basically want you and the music to speak for itself in terms of when the audience watches it. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, you can say that too, but it's also like now Instagram done got so strict and stuff. Like, it's also like certain policies that you know what I'm saying, they got to go by. Red flag, certain stuff, and you know how that is. And you just you don't want no troubles or no problems, because that's how you marketing your stuff. So if that's how they want to do it, it's like you in school. If that's how your teacher wanted to get this A, you got to go ahead and do it like how she wants you to do it, so you can get this A.
That's a great analogy. That is a great analogy.
Plus, not to mention too, you got a lot of these guys when they're using like real guns in videos, and they're getting caught up by the police, the hip hop police that is, and a lot of times these video creators don't want their name attached to that, so they figure they just play the safe route for now.
I mean that too, but even if I swear, like nowadays, even if it's really prop guns, and you can legitimately prove that they still not, from the viewer's eyes or the corporate eyes, they're not prop guns. You know what I'm saying? That's not prop guns. That's real. You know what I'm saying? They looking at it even, because you got to think, if you talking about this type of stuff, I mean, like, you got to look at it. If you really talking about this type of stuff and you really living like that, like how you say that you living, 9 times out of 10 people gonna think it's real, even when it is props. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just how the image goes. You just got to know how to do it and don't incriminate yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro.
Definitely.
And going back to your, now you said that the Say Cheese co-signing also elevated your terms and people looking forward to your mixtape, which was Still Trapping joint. Now, in creating that joint there, man, 'cause that joint go hard, because I listened to that over the week. Like, what was the creative mindset that you wanted to lay down when it comes to creating that project?
I ain't gonna lie, like the first 2 projects I put out, the first couple of months, it was really like just to get my face out there. I wasn't really taking it serious, but I ended up losing one of my brothers, and like I got a strong team, I got a strong camp behind me. It's like 10, 15 of us. All 10 or 15 of us got in some legal trouble. Like each and every one of us, like I really can't make this. So when I got out, it was like, I'm either going to do this right here, because that's what my older brother wanted me to do anyway before he passed. So it's either I'm going to do this or I'm going to go back in the streets. I go back in the streets. I can't really, because I got a daughter to raise. Like, I got people who really I'm taking care of. They really depending on me. So it's either I got to do this or I got to find something else to do. I ain't going to lie. I got into that mode, and I put my all into it. The streets kind of vouch for me. Because I'm really just that same little person who came up out of East Lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know that. So that really just what happened, and I try to come harder than I ever came on it. You know what I'm saying? And all of it was fact. So, you know.
You know, and what you say, Jay, is like really something that really resonates because a lot of people really don't understand from a perspective of what it means, you know, really trying, you know, a lot of times when we see our artists, our favorite artists, we see them after they've arrived, but a lot of times people don't understand the trials and tribulations that a lot of people go through trying to get there. You know, when you just told us that story, I believe it was Complex some years ago when they ran a story about Mozzie out of Sacramento, California. Shout out to the 916. You know, and they did an interview with him talking about, you know, because Mozzie was really heavy in the street and he did a jail, you know, he was in jail for a second. And I always laugh at this story because what happened was, you know, he called his sister, you know, because he needed some commissary money. So he had already put out some music prior to it. So he asked his sister, how much you got? You know, how much do I have? She's like, you know, she's like, 5. He's like, 500? She's like, no, 5,000. like that's what his music was doing on the outside. And he said that was the moment for me that I realized that, you know, maybe I might be able to do this. So he said when he got out of, you know, prison, that's when he hit the block heavy, you know, investing all of his money, you know, back into the music. And definitely, Jay, you know, hearing you, you know, speak about it, you know, you got, you know, you're doing this from a perspective of really trying to make that transition from what you were doing previously to something that can actually be an occupation that's definitely, you know, a lot, you know, more safer than the last one. Where you see so many artists out here who try to perpetrate an image in terms of the street life, and it's one thing if you really lived it, you know, and you're really telling about your experience, or you're unnecessarily glorifying something that you never experienced it in. Where do you think the game is right now for a lot of artists trying to depict something that maybe they don't really understand the depths of what they're trying to, you know, communicate to the audience?
Man, I'm just gonna say it like this: they're gonna end up being like 6ix9ine, cause anybody who's really from the streets, I'm gonna tell you, like, if you're really from the streets, you're really trying to get up out of this. I got partners who's locked up for 15, 20 years. I ain't gonna never see them. You know what I'm saying? I got lifers that all I got is paytails and phone calls I'm gonna get from them. My brother is in the feds right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's,
oh man,
ain't nobody want to keep going through all these trials and tribulations. Like, you gonna lose people that you don't want to lose. You gonna see some stuff that you don't want to see. So I already tell people, like, tell kids anyway, if they not already, like, see me, it was different. Because in high school I was like kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you already 1 foot out and you're not all the way in yet, stay in school. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you had something going on. Like, I was playing basketball, so I had something going on, but basketball wasn't feeding me. It wasn't feeding my mama. It wasn't feeding my grandma. It wasn't feeding my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think. So that's just what we was, you know what I'm saying, what we was accustomed to. So it's either you're going to play basketball or you're going to starve. After 10th grade, that basketball, that's out the window. I ain't even worrying about that no more. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, too, bro, that with the way the culture is structured, I think a lot of people looking to get into the gangster lifestyle, and they see it as glamorous. Like, you see the cars, you see the homes, you see the bad broads, you see all this stuff, but nobody really talks about the ugly side and when things go left or if it goes left. And people always want to paint, and that's like a main problem. And I think that's why you see a lot of people so desire to get sucked into that situation, because they only see the glamour. They don't see the ugly side where you talking to your baby mama behind a peephole when you get caught in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's if your baby mama still be with you. You know what I'm saying? After all the floozies and club nights and random, you know what I'm saying, stuff that happen in the streets. Like, every female ain't built for that either. So you might lose some good ones just going through your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that come with it. It's good that come with it too, but it's just like any other thing. You gotta take the good with the bad. So if you in this, you know such and such gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It might come. You need to prepare yourself for that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready for that, then you need to stay on the sidewalk. You don't even need to be in it.
Yeah, man. You ain't never lied.
I think that's what's missing with the game too, man, because that's what I like about your music is that just like with two of the songs that we played, it showed the balance that goes on within the trap music as well.
Yeah. And it's one thing that's real because a lot of times people really, when you're looking at it from a perspective of all, taking penitentiary chances to get paid in full, a lot of people look at themselves, as being the ones, for every, for every Jeezy, for every Mozzie, there's 100 niggas, that, get caught up, matter of fact, reading Rick Ross's new book, Hurricanes. I mean, Rick talked about, a lot of OGs that he came up with, over the years, but a lot of, but pretty much, all those balls, all the guys like, Convertible Burt, Big Ike, Grayson, all Graylin, all the dudes he came up with, a lot of those guys, are locked up now, and he's pretty much one of the last ones to basically, go through his experience, what he did, but, come out on the other side. And even then, he still had stuff going on in between, so the trajectory when you hustle and you're trying to hustle your way out of it is not always a straight up, it takes a lot of twists and turns. And it's refreshing to hear an artist like yourself be so responsible in your articulation about conveying that, to the youth that, yes, there are things you're going to get out of it that you may like, but the fact is what you like should not necessarily hypnotize you into something that you're going to probably spend the rest of your life in some trouble with, if you don't get it right in terms of removing stuff from it.
It's really supposed to be you got the stepping stone until you find something else. That's what I tell people. But some people get caught up in the lifestyle and they get sucked in. Once you get sucked in, it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when they start getting that bread. When you start seeing about 50, 60 G's off mailed in the envelope, you like, man, I can't let this go.
I mean, all the females that you've been wanting from high school, you think you couldn't get, now you getting them, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's just going to the club, be able to go to the mall when you want to, being able to do for your family when you want to. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people just get caught up in the lifestyle. They don't really know what they're getting themselves into until when folks rush your door and hit you with that paper. You know what I'm saying? Then what? You on standstill right now.
Definitely. Now, if you put in all your week, go ahead,
especially that week. I was gonna say that, especially with that week transition, you go from having spam to dinner for having lobster for dinner within a week. Nobody want to let that go.
Hey, nah, for real though, because I mean, you go from eating good to being right back down at the bottom again. That'll crush any man's soul, man. I don't care who you is.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I have an old Source magazine from 2009 that had Carmelo Anthony on the cover when they did a, interview with him, and shout out, to Melo, and he talked about, just from, coming up, in the hood, not having anything to, to echo what King was saying about, you go from eating oodles and noodles every night to having steak and lobster. That's a big difference. But I think also too, people got to know that life is very fleeting. And in terms of making that transition to music, of course, shout out to Jeezy. For some artists like himself, and he was one of the exceptions to the rule because Snow had a lot of money, from other occupations, before he got into music. So he was already financially stabilized going in. For a lot of artists coming in, it's the real life. Whether you on the block, whether you work in a regular 9 to 5, whether whatever. You're basically taking, because like they say, you can't half. I got a saying, you can't half-ass something and be the shit.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? But you will be shit if you half-ass. So what's it like in terms of being on that independent hustle? In terms of like, what's the average? Tell our audience what people who are serious and really have a passion for in hip hop music, in any genre, no matter jazz, rock and roll, hip hop, whatever. What is it like for an independent artist to really, really have to, what does it take really getting all your business in order, making sure that you're successful?
I'm not even gonna lie. You're gonna have to have some goals, a couple of marketing plans, and some money with this music industry. Because everybody think it just, I don't know if people just think you just get on a YouTube beat and buy a little bit of studio time and make a song and that's it. But you got to have a whole marketing scheme. You got to have PR firms. You got to have networking. You got to know some people who know some people. And even when you don't know certain people, they charge you. So, like, you got to understand the business a little bit more so you can kind of know, like, where you need to put your money to and how you going to attract fans and how you going to attract getting shows and stuff like that. Like, all that comes with it. I ain't even going to lie. Like, it's a lot of stuff.
Now, in this day and time of media hysteria, do you think a lot of artists, do you think this is also a problem that we've seen in the culture over the years where a lot of artists who are only marginally talented, and that's being polite, their whole marketing strategy is to basically come up with as much ratchet-ass shit as possible just to get their name out there as opposed to having real tangible and substantive material that really resonates with the audience where their work speaks for itself from the merits of being good and not just trying to be an attention whore about things?
I mean, that's, in this day and age, like, clout, I hate to say it, but clout is everything. Like, clout, like, nowadays, you can be a nobody in person. You can be a nobody in person, but if you got clout on Instagram or Facebook or in the club or however, whatever, that's going to leave other doors open for you to get booked and for you to start getting paid for this and paid for that. And, like, clout is, like, everybody, you either want the clout or you want the money. I prefer the money. I'd rather be behind the scenes. Like, I'd rather be just a regular rapper, and I don't really care about all the famous stuff, but I have a lot of money. Other people want the clout. They rather have all the eyes on them, which that is going to attract more money, but you got more energy on you, and I'm a big energy person, so like I'm the same way. Like the rapper Jay Steez is no other than the regular Jay that's from the hood. Like I be chilling. I smoke. I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like. I'm just not getting to the point where I'm feeling comfortable with people approaching me like that. Like I don't really. I be in the back. I don't really like to do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And have you ever like? I was gonna shoot this to him as well. Now, has anybody ever like wanted your autograph, and has that newfound attention soaked in yet?
Nah, it ain't hit like that yet. It's still like on some local fame type of stuff. It's like everybody who grew up with me or something, it's like, oh, they forgot who I am now since I'm rapping, or they think I'm bigger than what I am because I'm rapping. But I'm still in the same spot. I'm still in the city. I'm still on the same block. I'm still in the same neighborhood. I'm still messing with the same people. Like, I just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? I just really if I'm not in the hood or something, I'm in the studio. If I'm not in the studio, I'm getting ready for a feature or a show or something. Like, I just kind of just have something musically to keep my mind off of stuff. Like, even when I'm in my spare time, like, if I wasn't on the phone with y'all, I'd have been on Instagram or something, networking, trying to talk to some DJs or something just to get my mind off of certain stuff like the music. That's kind of like my stress relief. I don't have to focus too much on other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Now, what's it like in terms of making sure you have the marketing in reference to the music? Because a lot of times, because one thing is really refreshing listening to you is that you have such a humility, you have such a genuine vibe about, just being a young, brother from the hood trying to make it, where too many times, we always hear the phrase fake it till you make it, but we have niggas out here to take that shit to a whole nother level. And these niggas ain't gone outside they fucking hood, but they act like that they motherfucking A-listers Uber on, on the scene. And it's like, and it would behoove me, or King or anybody who we know, because we never root for anybody to fail. But we always do understand that there, like Meek said, there are levels to this shit. But you have a lot of niggas that'll swear up and down, that they are like the greatest MC out there when they start rapping. Like, they shit is like the hottest, and niggas hating because they don't like them. And, they be up in the clubs. I know you've seen this shit. Like, niggas be like, don't you know who I am? And all that shit. And it's like... Go ahead. What was you saying?
I said it's like that now. People doing that right now in South Carolina right now. It's people doing that right now. Like, seriously, right now. Even not only just rappers. It's actually like DJs and promoters, and like they really act in Hollywood. Like they really be like this, honestly.
And it seems like you really understand the most fundamental tenet of, really connecting with your fans in terms of being accessible and approachable, but not always available, because you can't always give your time to everybody, but you can be accessible in terms of being polite and, of course, just having a genuine vibe, because people tend to root for the people they feel like they can relate to. And you seem to have learned that at a very, you seem to be, you've learned that in such a astute fashion. How do you pretty much manage to, stay humble in the game?
I don't know. I think it's my people. It's just who I associate, who I have myself around. Like the same people who I got myself around with, they've been here since day one. They've been here since the prison biz. They've been here since when I didn't have nothing until I got something, until I'm a rapper now. Like they been here. So it's like we still argue, we still talk trash, we still kick it, we still fight, we still do everything. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of like put me on my P's and Q's, even when like, because I might be walking around here thinking I'm just the same person, and they'll put me to the side like, bro, you can't be around here like this because people thank you such and such. And you don't know how people looking at you now. You ain't the same person from high school no more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of, like, they put me on my P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? Because in my head, I'm still the same dude, man. I don't try to do nothing more extra, honestly. Like, I still mess with the same people. Everybody still know me. I don't have too many disagreements or nothing. Like, at first, I wasn't really open with to certain fans because I didn't really know how they was coming. I used to think it was still street stuff, so like I didn't really know. But once I started learning, like now fans approach themselves different. Yeah, man, you hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Or Jay Steez, yeah, I done heard you before. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Keep going, like stuff like that. Like it just depends on how you approach me because I still got that mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I be kind of hesitant, you know what I'm saying? But everything good, though. It just, I mess with the fans like how they mess with me.
Now, going back into your music, and one of the most personal songs that you did was Dear Yola. Do you care to explain how much of an influence that this brother was to you?
Man, that was my older brother. He was 30. He was 32 when he passed. Matter of fact, and he was just like, he been with me since I was about 13 or 14. Like when I first got out the streets and decided I wasn't playing. When I first jumped off the porch and decided I wasn't playing basketball no more, he was the same person who was there through it all. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what I was trying to do or if I was wrong, if I felt like doing something and I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They did it like that. But he was just always there, regardless. I started rapping. I tried it one time, and I let him hear it. You know what I'm saying? Ever since then, he was paying me to get off the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll pull up on me. Little bro, why you ain't in the studio? I don't got no money for the studio. No, I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? He'll give me $100, $200. Little bro, go to the studio. And to drop me off and pick me back up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
wow.
I just wish he was really just here just to see. Because, like, before, I wasn't taking it serious. When he passed, I started taking it serious. And that's when the show money started coming in and a little bit of more fame started coming in. Like now, it's at least 2 shows a week right now. It's been like that since the beginning of the month. So, I mean,
that's what's
everything's good. I'm just hoping. I'm just really just striving and trying to make it better, honestly.
And that's real, man, because a lot of people, one thing about it is that, me and King, our co-host, we talk about this all the time about what the hustle of an independent artist, entails, and one thing about it is that, you have to be able, what the definition of a professional is when you're getting paid for what you do, and you are a professional because you get paid. But it's also a situation where you actually have legitimate bookings. You really, really are, like you said, we're into October, getting ready to go into November. And, you said since the beginning of the year, you've been getting 2 shows a week. So that's steady money. So that's beautiful. And that means that your music is, not only are you making music, but your music is connecting with your fans, and in the process, with every performance, you're making new fans, which is a blessing in itself. But putting the music together, because your shit is actually polished, it's done right, professionally, how important is it for artists to make sure going into the studio that they have a proper sound engineer, they have a mixer, they have a studio that's actually the aesthetics, the acoustics of it are conducive to facilitating a good recording? Because you got a lot of niggas out here that just, they try to cut corners. We've all seen that meme, where you got the 2 guys, in terms of the dude that's dressed the less actually has the least expensive stuff, is the most wealthiest because he's conserved his money, where the nigga that's got all the expensive shit on, you can tell he's broke because he put all his money into that, but not into his profession. How important is it to... Go ahead.
No, I was listening. I was just saying facts.
Yeah. How important is it to make sure to tell these artists, up-and-coming artists, how important it is to treat your music and your videos like a job interview in terms of making sure it is professionally right?
Yeah, that's really a main key, because what is it called? I forgot what the exact word I was gonna say, but presentation is everything. Like, so if a person looks at your video and they already, like, the song can be good, but if the video quality is bad, they automatically ain't messing with it. You know what I'm saying? If the same way with the song, if the song is good, but the quality of the mixing and the mastering is not good, then they're gonna critique you on that. But that also comes with just being around people in the music industry and A&Rs and little people. They'll tell you about stuff like that. It just, with me, I'm the last person to be rapping besides my little brother. So, like, everybody around me been rapping. It just, it's kind of like when I started, everybody just kind of like clicked up. So the same, like, my cameraman, my producers, my everything, like, all these people family. These people with me on a regular basis. So that's what I mean, it just, even my engineer. So it's like, I was just lucky just to be around people who was already doing it, and I was really just a late person just to hop on board, and I just took it serious.
Now, is there any artists that you want to work with but never had a chance?
Yeah, it's a lot of artists. To be honest, there's a lot of artists. I got a couple of them that I'm in the making of doing something with now, but like I got a lot of major artists that I really do want to do something with, but you know, it just ain't my time yet, I guess. But whenever the time presents itself, you know, I'm here first.
Definitely. Now, how has the media buzz been in terms of making your waves around, in terms of getting the attention of some of the, publications, both digital and print, in terms of like, The Source, Hip Hop DX, The Cypher, All Hip Hop. Have you managed to reach out, Don Diva, Fizz? Have you been able to get it in touch with any of them in reference to help pushing your product, or you're still making those moves, trying to make those journal connections?
I really just be networking with them, and they might come up with a little package deal or something that I might be interested in, and we'll go from there. And that's like that with almost everybody. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you don't hit them up on no business stuff, professional stuff, they're not even gonna write you back. Like the same people I've been hitting up a year ago. Now they writing back. They know I'm serious, like, because anybody can just be playing with the music, but once they start seeing you putting money and actually mastering your craft, and they start seeing you on a couple of sites and a couple of little placements and stuff like that, okay, well, yeah, he might be a little serious. Let me reach back out to him and let him know how much it's gonna cost or what he might need to do, and it worked like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like you said, man, it's always about letting a lot of those outlets know that you're serious about the moves you're trying to make. And the biggest thing I think artists have to understand is this isn't an overnight thing. This is something that takes hard work, paying dues, and a method in reference to how you actually are getting your name out there. Because ultimately, I have a saying about it. Once you have really gotten, when you're getting those views and those comments from outside of your area, from outside your state, that's when you know that you really having a reach where that enables you to really go further with it. Because, you can't be in the same diameter and expand your circle. You have to be able to have a wider radius in terms of where, you're trying to reach. The geometry has to be way beyond, a small scale, because, it's always about, in terms of the music, just making sure that, you're getting the people out there, you're always touching a new fan. When they hear something, they can be like, yo, I rock with this. How important is it in terms of making sure that in reference to your music, because we've seen so many situations where independent artists such as yourself, they're a lot of times their focus is to get a major label deal, and sometimes they don't understand what that means in terms of signing on with a major, in terms of having their business in order, or just simply what vision the label may have for them as opposed to the vision that they have for themselves when they first started. How have you managed to be able to, basically have that level of discernment in terms of just monitoring potential deals and what works for you?
Right now, before a year or a couple months ago, a year ago, it was really about the money, because I was comfortable making my own money. I was doing what I needed to do. But like now, it's really either gonna be like the smart thing. Like if you don't have your stuff situated with the rap stuff, and you still in the streets, I feel like if they offer you a deal and it's a good deal, you need to take it so you can go ahead and get out the streets. You can legitimate everything that way, and you can get out that deal some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I done already turned down 2 deals, but now I'm thinking about it because the certain situations that done been happening the last couple months, I should have took because I wouldn't have been in the city. You know what I'm saying? Me or my people wouldn't have been in the city. We would have been doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it just really,
yes indeed.
It's really about your situation. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometime by next year, if not by the end of this year, I plan on signing it to somebody. Somebody's gonna cut the check.
Yeah.
But you know, man, we about to wrap this first hour up, man. Now, in the hip hop, the game is to be sold, not to be told. But you care to give us like 16 or 8 balls or something we could expect from your up and coming project?
Yeah, I can do a little something. I got a little something I probably can do for you. I'm trying to this right here. I guess this right here something simple right here. Like
it's all good.
It's
all good. Go ahead. Yeah, it's anything from your album or anything off the head. It don't matter. Just something from you.
I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna do something new right here. Like it go like this right here. Lately I've been getting money, trying to run up these digits from Sunday to Sunday. Trap house steady bunking. My nigga ain't fed, you know he 100. Send a pack to the country. My niggas gonna eat, you know ain't no fumbling. On the straight drop coming out the pot, ain't no cut on it, ain't no re-rock. And I got some real clientele, no they ain't gonna tell though. I just might back instead of bags, no they ain't gonna smell those. I know some real Mexicans, send them things to your front door. One word, my shooter's gonna knock you off.
DJ dropping all kinds of.
Still playing with them blocks, no NBA, call me Matumbo. Still pushing, still playing with them blocks, no NBA, call me Matumbo. Still pushing all the bells, told them wish me well, I don't need no scare hoe. Still got the clientele coming back to back, in and out the front door. Remember, I was fucked up. I was a young nigga pulling kick though. That's just some new shit.
Okay, youngin. We hear you.
We told not to be sold. You heard that on Off the Cuff Radio first. Man, if anybody want a verse, we gonna charge y'all.
I really am